doing the job for us. Kusana, good morning. A little bit earlier you talked about seeing a couple of red berets. What is the atmosphere like now?
Well, a very good morning to you once again, Sam, live, of course, from the Orlando Stadium here in Soweto, of course, where you pointed out that the EFF will launch its election manifesto. We've seen both young and old already queuing outside the Orlando Stadium, waiting for the gates to be open so that they can come here and listen to their commander-in-chief for what promises he will make for both young and old people, given that the EFF will contest for the very first time in the 3rd of August local government election. Some of those who've been queuing since very early this morning, and also some as early or as late as last night, as some of these young people who I will speak to now. Very good morning to you all. Let's talk a bit about what you're expecting to hear from the Commander-in-Chief this morning. What do you want him exactly to touch on?
Well, as a young person who grew up in Soweto, I hope CIC touches on the quality of education and schools in the townships. Well, issues surrounding that, because that affects and impacts on the caliber of the future generation. Also, I hope he also touches on the quality of primary healthcare facilities, and by issues I mean personnel, availability of equipment and resources, because these are the issues that affect the local community. And with the local elections coming up, I hope this will, if he tells people what to expect, this will influence their decision in terms of who they vote for.
Yeah, thank you very much. Your expectation as well here this morning, ma'am, with regard to what the Commander-in-Chief should touch on as a young person. You're from Soweto as well.
Yes, I'm from Orlando West Extension, 38. Well, I'm hoping that he touches more also on buying water and electricity, because, I mean, there are many people who are not working, so we just wonder how are they going to afford, because not all of us will be able to afford electricity, because there are households that are headed by grandmothers, there are households that are headed by children, so we are hoping that maybe he gives direction on what's going to happen to every one of us who cannot afford and who's unemployed. What are we going to do? What's going to happen to all of us? Yes.
Right, thank you very much. Now, you travelled all the way from Middelburg. You came last night?
Yeah, last night, around 9 o'clock. So I expecting CIC can make his speech. He can promise young people for free education, like stuff like fees must fall, stuff like that, sanitation, for civil delivery, because there at home, our grannies are struggling too much, because poor service of delivery for current ruling party, which is doing nothing for the service delivery. If ever can tell stuff like that, sanitation, water, electricity, they are high.
Right. You're also from Middelburg as well. If you could just come a bit closer for us. You're also from Middelburg, and you were sharing the same sentiments just a bit earlier on, with regard to service delivery. That's one of your main concerns.
Yes. My main concern is about service delivery. Obviously, I'm from Middelburg, where they say Steve Tshwete is the best running municipality in South Africa. Meanwhile, I don't believe in that, because yes, there's no service delivery that is going through the people. And one other thing that is concerning me a lot, it's the issue of land. If CIC can touch in the issue of land, should we take over at Steve Tshwete, then the people then can have land, because many mines are in Mpumalanga, but then people, they are not getting jobs, they are not getting employed. So what's the use? We are saying Steve Tshwete is the best running municipality, meanwhile they cannot put service delivery towards the people. All we need ranyagala fases kintunga bochanyona mine jela ranyagor digire batho ranyaga mereko ka ofela ga rena ene yes, as young people, we are preaching economic freedom in our lifetime, but then we need to be economical literate. Again, we need to go to school. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you very much to you all there. Certainly you can hear from young people just exactly the issues that we touched on a bit earlier on, Sam. Issues of education, issues of health, issues of service delivery, how municipalities are run. What these young people are saying is that they want municipalities to perform better. They're hoping that their Commander-in-Chief will touch on those issues a bit today. How the EFF will advance forward in terms of a job creation as well for young people. So we'll speak to many of them a bit later on as we're waiting for the stadium to open up. But final touches are being put to the stage where Julius Malema will address economic freedom fighters as well as the country a little bit later on this morning.